How you doing? This is Don GunMuse, RogersRaiders.com, and I got some updates here. We're going to get into a little bit of GOG here in just a minute, but I got to throw some thank yous out there. I'm going to, the reporting thing, when I do this, says he's a new member. James has been a member for 15 months, so I just want to make sure that we're saying thank you for that. Jim Hansen here has been a member for 12 months. For the veteran support groups. And we're going to go down to the 8th month, which is 𝗂𝘂𝗂𝘂𝘀𝗲. I hope I'm saying that properly. Who has been doing it for 8 months. And then I'm going to try and, you know what, here's another one. 8 months. YouTube just gave me this stuff. It's giving me these notifications like 5 days old. They just added this feature so that I can go back in there. That's why the software doesn't know how long you've really been doing it. They just started telling us the number of consecutive months these people have been supporting the veterans groups. Looky here, Dan Roberts. I don't want to miss anybody here because you guys have been supporting for a while. Why didn't that pop up? Dan, you're getting screwed. There you go. Dan's at 14 months. And here we go. Vernon Ford, you're at 16 months. I appreciate it. Thank you. These people allow me to do the things that you don't even think need to get done. We don't have to go into a committee to get things done. We can see a need, we can fill a need. All right, and I'm about to get into that, to what these guys have done. And Arkin, who has been a member for 8 months. And then that's all. That's it. That's the ones. All right. So let me sketch out of this, and then we're going to show you what we're doing. We're prepping for the winners. What we're doing here, guys. So for those who don't care that we're doing charity work in the background of my gaming channel, piss off. I don't care if you don't care, right? I don't care that you don't care, not if you don't care. It's not a mutual I don't care. I give a shit. I always do. I just don't sound like I do, right? What we have here is an old hospital UPS, uninterruptible power supply. For those who don't know, in the winter, when heaters start kicking on at 2 o'clock in the morning, your neighbor's heaters, a block away's heaters, it tends to send these spikes, and it tends to put a huge power drain on the grid. Okay, it's called browning out, and it's worse than summer. Okay, it happens during the middle of the day during the summer with air conditioners, and in the winter it happens in the middle of the night. And for some reason, browning out, because heaters just draw more electricity than air conditioners do. So the drain is bigger, and it browns out, and it disturbs electronics, which includes some medical respirators and things like that. I just procured this from a hospital who replaced it in Maryland. These things are normally $7,000. I just bought it on eBay for $225. It's going to cost me more to have it put on a pallet. It weighs almost 800 pounds. And have it shipped from Maryland down to here. And we are going to be applying it to a retirement home here for some emergency power, so that we feed a generator into this, and as well as the grid, but the batteries are constant. So when we lose power in the winter, last year down here in Texas area, we lost power for a week. Because somebody decided that windmills work, whether they do or they don't. You're going to buy them anyway. The government said so. And now in New Mexico, we've just been force-fed a whole bunch of solar and wind by New York. How does that happen? You get this $6 trillion package that says, hey, if an electric company invests in windmills and solar plants, we'll give them a whole bunch more money than they invest. It's a good deal for you. So New Yorkers don't want a bunch of windmills and solar plants in New York. So what they did is they bought the New Mexico power grid, or they're trying to. They're still trying to. So that on the books, the New York power plant has got a bunch of windmills. irregardless of the fact that the windmills that we have here in New Mexico are not hooked to anything. There's no power lines going to them. Hadn't been for 10 years. The ones that Obama bought aren't hooked to anything. They don't power squat. We buy them. We put them out there. The wind tears them up. We replace them, but we don't ever get any electricity from them. You're not supposed to know that. So don't listen to me. That doesn't really happen. But they are trying to tie in certain portions of that grid this year, which will be unreliable. We get 60-mile-an-hour winds, and these things don't work above 35-mile-an-hour winds. So since we are in the Rocky Mountains, the winds are never at the optimum speed of the designed windmills. They're always too low or too high. Somebody goes, hey, I got 10-mile-an-hour winds, I got 60-mile-an-hour winds. That's a 30-mile-an-hour average. No, it's either 10 miles an hour or 60 miles an hour. One of them's too low, one of them's too fast. The windmill doesn't work. It doesn't turn around and say, I got you some. It just doesn't work that way. So we are buying some battery backups for hospitals. This is a 220 battery backup. We had them take all the batteries out of it because I didn't need... usually what happens with these things when they sit more than 3-4 months without being plugged in, the batteries just go dead. That's true of any electronics. I don't care if it's your tablet, you stuck it in the drawer. If it wasn't fully charged when you stuck it in the drawer and completely turned off, not in standby mode, go check it. It's probably not going to when you plug it back in, it's not going to charge back up. All right, you got to replace the battery at that point. So we had them pull all the batteries out. They're putting it on a freight truck. I'm waiting for them to get me the cost of freight truck so I can give them pay the full bill here, and that is you guys paying that full bill. This is what you're buying. We're going to tie this into a veteran retirement center, and that way we've got a generator for them. But when you go from electric grid to generator, there's a pause, and everything in the hospital shuts down, or the retirement home. All right, it just shuts down for 5-6 seconds. Everything's got to be restarted. Okay. Lots of medical devices have their own internal batteries to prevent this problem, but the same problem occurs that the internal batteries do not get changed as often as they should be. It's a realistic real-world problem that we're solving here before it causes a problem. We do not want death because of an electric grid issue. We're not trying to, while I'm doing my little rant on it, we're just solving the issue here. We're not going to be able to stop them from stealing our money and putting in windmills that don't work. But we're going to have to deal with the fact that they're not going to work. All right. So we're dealing with that. So this is one of the things you guys are spending money on. By the time this project's done, we'll be almost $3,800 into this, but we won't be $10,000 into it. And the beauty of this unit here is it's stackable. All right. I can find these bottom units that you see down here. This is a 2-part unit. This is a controller unit up top. And then see all the controls up here, and it plugs into this extra battery down here. You can keep adding more of those battery layers, so we can increase this. This one's almost 20,000 kilowatts of backup power, and most of the devices are very low energy in the hospital. We should get 25-30 minutes worth of runtime out of this, which is enough to get the generator kicked in. So we've already gone out, looked at the generators, made sure the generators will start. Made sure the fuel was fresh. Made sure the filters had been changed. For those of you who are preparing for winter, go change your fuel filters. Everybody forgets it. If you got one of those gas pull generators that you bought during the Obama years, go cut the line on the top of the gas cap that runs down to the carburetor. Go cut that and change your oil. It has sat there and heated up and cooled down all winter and pumped the fuel down into the carburetor, and it has dripped into your oil. If you go out there and start your generator this winter, it's filled with gasoline. You're going to wash the bearings out. It's going to die within a day. You got to cut that line that they're saving the environment with. They're saving the environment by killing your $600 generator. So as long as you haven't started it, go out there, cut that line from the gas cap, cut it kind of low. You still want it to go down. You just don't want it going into your oil. I guarantee you, go out and look at it. It goes right down there to your carburetor, and it pumps fumes, and then when it gets cold at night, it turns back into a liquid, and it sits there on top of the carburetor and then gets around the piston, and slowly seeps down to the oil. And this happens every single night all year long while you're not using it. And generators burn oil, so go out there and change the oil in that thing. They burn it. Make sure you have extra oil on hand. Keep adding oil in it when you add gas to it, because generators burn oil. I don't care how new you think yours is. They just do. They're not well built. They charge a lot of money for them, but they're not the best of engines. Once you do that adjustment for the gas cap, guys, go ahead and put like Royal Purple down in there, and then you can leave the oil for like 3 years. It's a one-time deal, and then it's always works no matter how cold it is. It's a lot easier to start. So there's all that. All right, let's get into some oh, wait a minute, where are we at here? Screen one, turn off. There we go. Some GOG. Let me get that up so where I can see it now. You can see it. I can't see it. Ah, my God. Uncharted Seas. All right. So as we were discussing in the video, and you see the graininess in my picture and image here, guys. Man, getting computer chips is a pain in the ass. I have a half a dozen graphics cards in here, but I don't have a motherboard to plug them into. This motherboard seems to be staying alive. It doesn't do audio. I am tricking the audio through another computer. It just will not combine everything on the deal now. So I can see right now it's not very clear. But getting the green screen, the video card I'm using is like 15 years old. It's the only one that would talk without having to use Windows 10 features. The newer cards have to have the Windows 10. They have to be talking to the drivers at all times. This one, we went old school. We installed the drivers. The old school drivers just told the computer how it works, and the processor's dealing with it later. But we're dealing with a lot more information than what the graphics card can actually handle, because this is still sending over 4K, because I cannot undo that on a card that wasn't designed for 4K. I've got some more video cards. I got an older Quadro 6000. I got a Quadro 4000. Didn't particularly care for it. Now I got a GTX 980 in there, which is actually newer than the Quadro 4000, but not as powerful. But it's got a little more memory. And I really think the older Quadro 4000, which are like $30 on eBay, man, you want a kick-ass graphics card that just gets work done? Stop looking at numbers because that you don't understand. A 1.5 gigabyte card is more than enough for 99% of the games out there. Just put the right drivers in so that it doesn't ask for more memory than what it needs. And those old cards had 396-bit buses. They don't even put that in modern cards anymore because it was so expensive. Those $30 cards on eBay were 15 grand when they were brand new. You can buy them for $30. Quadro 4000 if you're building gaming rigs and you're trying to keep your costs down. Buy one of those old cards. Great cooling systems in them. They work great. You can't use them for mining. So you can build a computer system and put beautiful monitors up with it and get good quality video out of it. They probably will not play the most modern of games with very specific shaders in them, but they'll run a computer so that you can get on the net, because right now you don't want to pay $800 for a video card if you're not an Epic gamer, and more like $2,600 for a proper Epic gaming card. So, Uncharted Seas. We went over, I think we went over this last video. I can't remember if one of the videos I ruined or not. We'll rehash it a little bit. If you guys haven't noticed that the rules of Uncharted Seas are the rules over in the Rogers Raiders forum for Kingdom 592. All right. Now, the problem with me being the enforcer for Kingdom 592's set of rules for the point of putting this out to the benefit of all GOG for a year, that they copied it and implemented it into an event. I can't complain about the Uncharted Seas things because they really have been doing everything I've asked them to do for the last year. I said, do this, 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 and it'll be better. And frankly, I do believe it'll be better for the people who aren't complaining now. Nobody likes change. Their environment has changed. Oh, this event is so long. No, this event is your daily. It's 45 days long. How long did I say that it takes you to get used to new things? 45 days. So they didn't make the mistake that they made last year during the guard revision, right? They implemented it as a temporary event, and then they got you used to it. I taught them how to trick you. That's what had happened there. They were just programmers, and now they're getting into the philosophy and the mental aspect of it. I'm not paying me a dime, but it is what it is. Okay, so I don't even know where they look for it, but somebody was pointing out, matter of fact, it was, let me see if I, now we've got this garbage, right? The pirate event. Let's spam the Kingdom chat. I do not know why this hasn't been fixed. So this is one of the complaints while they're monitoring my videos. You've got to be freaking kidding me that you think this is a good idea. I don't, why is it still there? There is no way that people are not contacting customer support saying, how do you get, because you have to go in there and turn this off, right? So you got to, how do you do that? All right. So let's go into pirate join leaderboard, hide my information, confirm. Okay. When you hide your information, you're no longer spamming your Kingdom chat. That's how you stop that. And then you can turn it back on the last day to show everybody where you're ranked in the event if it's really important to you to brag about it. It shouldn't be that important. I'm not coining during this. Just I haven't needed to. The new gear came out. I've got 3 of the 6 pieces, all from doing stuff, and I'm in slow play mode now. You guys know I'm doing stuff with the veterans groups, both here and overseas. We are heading into my busy time of the year. Don't tell me how I left the game and he's never coming back. I do this every year. It is the charity season. Charities are not just something you stick your name on. I am not a Kennedy. I can't just loan them my name and say, hey, yeah, I helped that foundation one day. I have to actually get things done. It requires some of my time, effort, and money, and your guys' money. So when you guys hit the join button down below, 100% of that money goes to doing projects like this. We bought generators, what was it, 2 years ago? We bought generators, and now we're adding to that because of the power grid issues. I mean, there are things that you don't think about in charity that need to be done. We keep possession of this stuff. We've got quite a bank. We've got some cargo vans full of medical equipment, more than some hospitals. We've got power chairs. Somebody gets to where they get a little disabled, they need a power chairs. I can't believe some people, them power chairs are like $1,800 used, $3,000-$4,000 new. And a family will come over and get a power chair, and then they'll run it for 2 months, and then they'll call us on the phone and say, hey, the battery died. And we've given them the number, say, hey, this guy comes out there and does a thing. And then they send us the bill for replacing the battery to the chair we donated to them. It never ceases to amaze me that the couple of grand with the free money wasn't enough. They actually told the company that come out and replaced the battery on the chair they got for free to bill us the $300 for the labor and the new battery. Ain't nothing like getting those unexpected expenses, right? Not like we have somebody else in need that their family can't cover the minor costs. We picked up the big bill. Can't you pick up the little one? They don't even ask. They just do it. They just send us a bill, and frankly, it's not worth fighting over on, we wind up getting stuck with it. But we also make sure everybody knows. We're insulting about it because it's rude. I mean, you literally just decided that a charity owes you for life, and we never owed you to begin with. Yeah, we're just there in your time of need. We didn't owe you anything. So problems we got to deal with. So me talking about it's that time of year. This is what sucks up my time. Hey man, they sent us a bill for fixing a chair that we gave them a couple months ago. But we've got respirators, oxygen generators, things like that, and we're adding to our resources. But it costs us money to maintain stuff. We try to maintain it before it goes out. Like the power chair worked for a couple months. We didn't know the battery was going to go bad. It's just something that happens. It's normal routine maintenance on those things. So, but it didn't leave us bad. It was taken over to his house. It was plugged in. They were showing how to work it. They were showing everything about the thing. We go through a little training session with it. Is what it is. We have been. I'll tell you what we're thinking about doing next is with the power scooters. Normally you've got those at like Walmart and most Home Depot, most of the big shopping stores, and but they don't have them everywhere. And so some of these people have to, they carry them around in the back of their cars with little bumper hitches and things like that. We've got to get a partnership with somebody who puts hitches on cars and the little drive-on baskets so they can store and take a scooter with them in smaller towns where there isn't a Walmart, there isn't a Home Depot, things like that. And to be realistic, the beauty of I'll say the word. Every other YouTuber is afraid to say COVID because they get their videos banned. The beauty of COVID has been that all the apps where you can get stuff delivered in most major towns, in smaller towns, it's still go pick it up. You can, a matter of fact, I got to do that today for myself because walking around the Walmart, I don't like driving around on the scooter in there, but if my back's that bad, I've got to. And then but if I walk around for too long, I'm done for the day walking around on the hard floors. And so the beauty of COVID has been that I got an app for my Walmart. While they won't deliver it to my house, I can pull up there and they'll put it in my car. And then all I had to do is drive down there. It's no sweat off my back now. So there's been some good things from this. The bad things is they keep telling you that COVID's a problem, and I don't believe it is. From a guy who's coughed on film for 4 years, maybe I know something about a lung disease. I ain't wearing no masks. The mask would actually cause more problems with me. Your moisture off your breath becomes a breeding ground for things. And right now I've got a little bit of a problem going on in my chest because it's that time of year. And that's because bronchitis is going to set in. It's once you start getting it, you get it every year. Here I go, So there's that. That's another reason we'll be down during this part of the year, or I'm going to be coughing more, one of the two. We're doing other stuff with the Idle Tools channel. I say we're doing it. It's just, this has been a month of getting stuff done that nothing's on film. Just no way to film it. It's all little 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, and it's so random, and it's 20 different projects at the same time, just 10 minutes of each. Because shipping is a nightmare, and the ports are a nightmare, and we've got to deal with China trying to screw us over every way we can. So we got the Uncharted Seas. We got Frank Zappa. Oh, you can't see him. Hold on. Oh, I moved something. I don't even know what I moved. There we go. There. This is one of my favorite people in our kingdom here. He's got a bunch of little characters he puts on his thing, where he photoshops, and then he uses, and he's really into music, so it's always something. My other favorite is a Pink Floyd, and it's Floyd the Barber from Andy Griffith, and it's got a pink hue on it. I just find that one funny too. I don't know why. But Frank Zappa, he gets all the woke people. It's like, oh my God, you hate Jewish people. I'm like, it's a music reference, guys. They're so woke, they don't know who Frank Zappa is. Yeah. So he's making fun of Anne Frank because they don't know, right? The world we live in. Ignorance means you can yell at people. All right. We got into it with an Australian woman in here the other day. Like, I don't live in a communist country. Like, you are forcing people to take shots, everything else. They won't let a nuclear ship dock in Australia. If you are an American on a nuclear-powered vessel, you cannot dock in Australia. They are that green in Australia. They are that woke. But they're buying our nuclear submarines. Where are you going to park those things, guys? I mean, what the hell? So, gotta call the hypocrisy when you see it. It's timing. That's what a comic does, right? That's comedic timing. All right, so we only had about 10 people who have reached was this 591 again? Yeah. These guys, man. Look. They just want to be annoying. But he's probably part... Oh, nope, there he is. See, they got a bunch of people parked in there, and they're wanting to do test hits because they want to figure out what the hell's going on. Well, they're doing what they do, all right? I'm not even going to buff. I'm going to speed it in there, though. Boom! Did I lose that march? Nope. Alright. For some reason, that's funny. Just free honor for me, right? I don't need any more honor. I can't spend the honor that I got. We're going to go over that in a minute. Just timing for the film, right? Survived. Oh, hey, he had 206,000 that survived. We can't let that happen. Oh, my gosh. No, buddy. You wanted to start some stuff. Don't start no shit. Won't be no shit. There we go. Let's get the rest of those guys out of there. You don't need to have any... Oh, he healed. Oh, my gosh. Survived 220,000 again. All right. Hey, heal again. See what happens. Yeah, I could have done it for my safety. But I actually want his big buddies to come over and hit me. I might be getting some RSS off this. I didn't even look. Yeah, I wonder if he's even thought about that. No, I didn't get much. What did I get the first trip? Damn, that's another 3 million. Another million. He wants to keep healing him. I'm going to keep letting him. Let's see what his power is. 445. I don't know what they're saying in my alliance. I don't even know what language that is. Hold on. He attacked us. Well, no, he didn't attack us. He sent a scout. Scouts are attacks in my books. That's starting shit. Yeah. Let's see here. 444. So he healed up again? I don't know. Hold on. He's got somebody reinforcing him here in a second. Let's see if they speed to it. I haven't hit a reinforced castle in forever. So if we're going to do this, hold on. This would be good filming. All right, so let's throw some buffs on. I don't need him for this guy, but I do need it for whoever's probably playing around with some T12s in the side there. Let's do a March Cap boost. Let's do a defense boost. Let's throw on a... I like to throw the March Cap more than the extra 100. Well, not, that's not what am I thinking here? There's that. Man, I had something weird happen that opened the gold in my bag the other day. That's why I got 250,000 gold out there. I only had 30,000 of bought gold. I am not spending money. I just don't have any stored up gold in here anymore. I don't know what the hell got clicked on. All right, so that person's in there now, right? Oh, let's throw some more March at that. What do we get? We didn't get squat because the other guy got there first. Battle details. Yeah, 51. There's somebody else in there. Not a maxed out castle because he's only level 69 on his leader, on his board there. And he doesn't have anything on his T12s, and he only sent distance. That was a bad March spin, just so you said, for reinforcements. Okay, first of all, on a reinforced March, see if we can turn this into a learning lesson. On a reinforced March, that T12 March that he sent over there is not using his guards. He's using the castle's wall guards. So when you reinforce a smaller castle, you're using their guards now. That was one of the changes that Guns of Glory made to stop the people hiding big marches in little castles. You're no longer using the big guys in complete march. You're bringing the troops, but you're using their crap guards, and guards are half the equation, right? So you can send your C45 inside of a C26 all day, but if he's got 2 purple guards that he hadn't leveled up, it's a bunch of crap. And I'm sitting out here in the open for the express purpose of getting somebody to hit me. So here's somebody scouting me from somewhere. What the hell? You all saw that, right? That wasn't just on the film. That was... Somebody's got their castle invisible right here and sent a scout from like right here. Let's see what happens. Hold on. Maybe that's just a glitch. I mean, they're sending marches at it. They saw it too. Oh, there they are. Okay. Alrighty. We got more stuff going. They weren't on my screen. You know what? I can do some more buffing here. Hold on. They want to play. Oh, he ran away. All right. So we got the heal thing. This is a good time to explain the healing. Quick select. All right. See down here? 503,029 boxes. I'm going to use my normal boxes. Reason being is my max capacity is 10% of my max steel. And if I take down my healing boxes, I can heal fewer the next time. So you want to get into hold on. I can't give them up. All right. You want to get into research for so many people being behind on this. Go into research in the support area. You need to get the specialist operations turned on. That allows you to use regular cases, the stuff you get from grinding. And you want to use all that up before you touch your first med box. Okay. And then you want to make that med box research as big and fat as possibly can. Okay, so that's actually some of what I'm working on now. All right, we're maxed that out. Now we need to get that bigger so I can heal bigger batches during the fight. And then we're going to be I'm making that box as big as we can. And I'm also making this box. We're going to max that out. I got one more on that. What is that, a 2-day? And I will time that. Oh, that's only 12 hours. I will time that when I've got a long cook-up boxes to cook up there. So, let's see if we got any 15s in here. Okay. Highest level that you get on these. Oh, where'd my cursor? All right. Down here in this backup, there's this little I button down here that shows you that if you kill level 15s, you get 208,000 per backup box. All right. Collect your supplies, 208. And then your research on that depends on how long you're off for. I'm off for well more than 20 hours at a time. And so I'm down like 3 hours per. I need to have at least one more box in there to get max, because sometimes I've actually skipped a couple days during this event, more than a few times. And then I'm storing my solo points awards, because that will let me go over my cap. So if I have 7.7 million as my cap, I fill my cap and then claim my rewards. And I'm getting parrots there, which I've already got my parrot. All I can do is upgrade my parrot. I'm not real good at collecting the monkeys, because those were all timed things, and I don't give a damn. I believe this will come back, right? So, hey, since people are on, we now got some 20s open up. The 20s give the level 3s give 180,000 crates. And we can look at the 15s here. I think the 15s are actually more efficient on stamina, but they take all day. Yeah, 86,000 for 5 stamina there. So times 4, we're making 320,000 versus you get half for doing a rally, but you can burn your stamina up quicker. So the rallies are quicker with time. Killing the max levels is what we're doing there. And then without my airship, my max kill capability is an 11. So when I want to, and I can't even remember what we got there. Attack. I hit the equalize button. I send the stuff out. So I can just spam the 5-minute ones, and we'll go show that. This is my efficient use of time here. Yeah, threat victory for 11s. And 11s are giving me 60,000. So the fact that I can kill 11s without an airship means I can take 5 marches, send them out, and I'm looking at my screen. Look, it's flashing red again. Oh no, someone's gonna hit me. I hope. Is he gonna hit me? More scouts. Oh, that was attack. All right. Who attacked me? They are just begging me. We're in the Unicate. They could do a shout out. They won't even spend the 200 gold to do a shout out. Yeah. All right. We got inter-kingdom communication in the kingdom chat over there, guys. I'm out of water there. Yeah. Ah, man, my chest hurts. My throat hurts. But we needed to put a video out. My view on this, and Guns of Glory does go out of their way to try and prove me wrong. So maybe I'm wrong. This will be what proves me wrong, is me saying this. We're going to be doing this again and again, and this might be the new game, because quite frankly, I've stated before, this really should have been how the game starts. This should be how you get this stuff in there. You can't attack people while they're in their own alliance barriers. As you moving forward. So if you have the inside your alliance lines being, say, the first 2 months that a kingdom starts, or 3 months because you're doing a startup on 8 kingdoms, and then you bring those kingdoms together for the next level, this 45 days becomes phase 1 that we're seeing now, is just a test for that. And then it goes into phase 2 to where the kingdoms can fight each other all the time, although they're not. Even this is no loss. I burned all my hospital boxes up just 2 days ago. I'm full again. Okay, I've done my research. It's full again. This should be some active entertainment. All right. We who have played Guns of Glory for a long time, and I'm not even putting myself in this category, because you see, I'm not afraid to park myself out there, and I'm not afraid to hit somebody. That is obviously reinforced. I don't know what's in there, and I don't care. Because losing a march is not losing a march. We're losing 5% playing this, and that's nothing. So I'm very happy with this. I'm sure they'll make some adjustments later down the road, but I have a feeling that the first adjustment is going to be the new kingdoms that start up. Figure maybe January, maybe sooner. What we saw for phase 1, where you couldn't attack somebody inside your kingdom if they were inside their alliance lines, is going to wind up being a new kingdom setup. I would say this is all great big testing for that. Events like the vampire event, I got no interest in hitting a vampire because I need my stamina for other stuff. They don't know I'm in a Red Guard rally, so they think I got my 1 march without my airship held in reserve. See, you got to think about this when you're thinking strategy, guys. What do they see? What are you showing them? That's the poker part of this game. What are you saying to them? What are you showing them? Is what you're showing them real? Look at all these troops leaving my castle. Aren't I much weaker now? Now's the time to hit. Right? What we got here? Oh, these guys. This alliance is real good about doing the sharing, the work together to get events done. They are king of our kingdoms in events. Have been. Rogers Raiders was king of activity, and nobody beat us in combat. That end of story. I don't care how big you thought you were, we'll exhaust your ass. How well do you operate on a lack of sleep? Because it ain't 1 or 2 guys running that were running. Everybody can run you ragged. My little C-25s will run you ragged. Everybody had their part to fill. Everybody fit into their part. It worked well until people got busy, got bored, and then the activity drops because the game hadn't updated in forever. So with this setup that's coming from the Uncharted Seas, there's going to be more volatility in combat because there's less consequences in the checkbook in combat. All right, so building up a great big pile of troops still costs money. Costs a lot of money to buy all those speed ups. They implemented that first, right? And if you go back a year and a half, I turned around and said, I don't understand. If you're going to charge me for all the, why make the game so unfun to buy stuff when I got to buy troops? I don't complain about buying troops. It really was never a complaint to buy troops. I don't want to spend $2,500 on freaking the gear the day it comes out. Okay? So I don't. Okay, that becomes my choice. So there's guys that do. I don't have to fight them. No one in my kingdom has to fight them. Well, I do fight them, but it's cooperative fighting, right? The there's gonna, I think there's some balance coming back to the game, and the Uncharted Seas is the first. We had the test realm. Now we got the live testing with 8 realms over 45 days, and Guns of Glory uses us as a test platform. I think this is the slow reshaping of the SLG gaming model. All right. And it just sucks for them that I'm on the top of the SLG gaming platform. I've got offers from all kinds of companies. They're doing the testing, and everybody steals from everybody else. So expect to see this styling of event in a lot of places. And remember where you learned it from, guys. We learned things the hard way. That there is no way you're going to deal with somebody who's unreasonable. Everybody who's ever argued with me in a 144 character chat has been a psychiatrist, works for one, or alludes that they're one, every time they're losing an argument. I'm just crazy because they're losing the argument. But we put this out there to say the problem with 592 was I had to be the heavy and not the game being the anonymous heavy. The game should have been the enforcer of the rules. 592's rules are the Uncharted Seas rules, and we're very proud of that. You guys, when you meet up with the 592 crews in one of your little events and we took a punishment from the game, have a little pity on them. The game beat on us for a full year. You know, we were matched with every monster that could ever be thrown at us, and we still done well. Even divided up because we hate each other so much for having to fight with each other to try and get done with the trolls they planted in the kingdom, and me being a stubborn ass in the fact that at some point I'm done cooperating. If you don't know that my offer is genuine, so you refused it, and then now we're back to fighting again because you refused the offer of peace. And the only offer they'll accept is them being in charge. And I'm like, then do something. I'm too busy to do something. Well, then there you go. That's why I'm not allowing you to be in charge. I'm not too busy to do something sometimes. And when I am, I go off an alliance by myself and I put other people in charge. Because it's not fair to them for me to be there in a kick-ass alliance and do nothing. You know, if I need to take a couple months back because it takes months to revamp this stuff. You know, you play the game every day for 5 minutes and everybody thinks I just film myself playing the game. That's not the way this works. A little bit of prep. Okay, so I'm not doing the Pirate Seas event there this go around. Man, there was something. I'm not playing in the Honor Challenge right now because that has turned into an upside down ripoff. There was the pet thing. I got one pet here, but you see I'm not even putting the things on. You can see from the third buff, we increase your rate that you can gather food. These people still believe that we could be farmers. The math doesn't work for farming. Tell everybody what you do for farmers. Those little males in your that they can seem to stop every other kind of communication and monitor every other kind of communication, but they can't stop the spammers. The spammers who are developing castles to sell you 1 billion food for $10 out of thin air, and they do it in less than 5 minutes because they're not in your kingdom when you buy the food, right? So it's a backdoor developer hack. Somebody's giving out their password. We've gone over this before. We even showed with the Excel spreadsheet, I believe it was December 5th of last year, that, you know, with the words, they can go in there and find out where your castle was located, what your power was, when the last time you logged on was, and then that started the great big hacking of castles event, where they would use the duplication hack, which doesn't get caught instantly. It gets caught in a couple weeks. They would hack into somebody's castle that had been abandoned for a couple months but was still close. They'd use the duplication hack, spawn it up out of nowhere and use it to attack us in K592. We were watching people's stats jump 2,000-3,000 out of thin air, and not equally. There was no way you bought it, no way you spent it, because you wouldn't spend money that way. It just doesn't work that way. I've been monitoring people spending, hundreds and thousands of people spending habits and how they build their castles for 4 years. It's part of me studying the market. What do people want to do? What do people actually do? And how do people react to what the game is put in front of them? So, it's just either believe me or don't. It doesn't matter at this point. That's just what I got to do in order to inform you of what's coming and what I think's happening. I think they're onto something. I think they've literally kind of thrown the old GOG away. We're heading that way, so embrace it. Get a little more proactive. I would tell everybody, if you're going to say it's a game, stop being a hostile pissant in chat. Every time you talk to somebody, well, you hit me, you killed my troops. Seek help. You're upset that somebody killed some ones and zeros. They have put a set of rules in here now that shouldn't matter. You lost. Oh, wait, they took kickball away from you, right? So when the guy just pwned you right in the face, that's a pwn, that's the sound the kickball makes. Pwn, when it bounces off your forehead. When they pwned you in the face, that'll be a trending. Hashtag pwn, P-O-N. So you can't play kickball and you don't know what pwning is. So somebody pwned you in the face and you lost your march for all of 10 minutes. Is what it is. Yes, when we get to phase 2, people are going to wind up taking your towers down and zeroing out your castles. So I would expect that the first 2 to 3 months that won't be allowed. It'll be a phase 1 type deal where you're just not allowed to do that to your other alliances. But it will also sift down to who's left after 3 months, right? So you'll have 1 or 2 powerful alliances that are working together. You'll get people who will spend more money. You'll get the things. And then we're going to be able to talk next year a lot more about tactics, because we'll be able to set it up. We'll be able to go in as an alliance that works together every day, maybe, and go in and plan an attack on another kingdom's alliance. We can spend 2 weeks setting it up and do it on a Tuesday, right? Some strategy. No more getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning on Saturday morning to express your dominance during KVK of who spent the most money and who filled a castle and went back to bed. Can I please have my free boxes now? I showed up. At least then the guys who spend money to play the game can actively engage in a strategy game. And as the kingdom matchups, right now they're all consecutive, get to be based on kingdom power in the future. The 45-day event might look more like this again when they reshuffle the deck of what kingdoms you're playing with. Okay? So your power is expressed as a kingdom based on how far you've gotten the event. I can tell you, Kingdom 592, we only have 10 of us that have gotten to level 10 on the research right now. So they can't even kill threats. And I'm barely playing, and I've reached it. I'm not spending money, and I've reached it. I've jumped freaking 1,100 on my top stats, and I haven't spent money. So that tells me there's just not an effort. No matter, people are coming on to talk smack, click the daily buttons, but not plan ahead for anything so that they can grow their castle, because you got to plan ahead to not spend. If you're one of these freeloaders that's getting all the free stuff from the events, and this was one of the worst, what we call the 50% event, and I had the people inside the Discord already saying, hey, we don't have, man, it's hit or miss which kingdoms get that 50% of it. 592 got the 50, I can't show you. We got the 50% buff. It seems like they're waiting so that people can join and do catch up later. You want to join a friend who's in an established kingdom, they're never leaving that kingdom. I think that's what the 50% buff is now intended as, if you want to join them later. Got people have got lots of farms. Farming's irrelevant now, so there's always some castles laying around. The things to look at. I would say right now, my best advice to everybody that wants to keep playing this game, freaking phone just decided to start listening to me putting it on the screen. I love that. The people who want to start playing the game or that want to keep playing the game, be prepared for the changing. I see a path to how they're going to do a shakedown. And this is where instead of the top 3 kingdoms fighting, the top 8 kingdoms might be fighting, but over the course of 45 days. A lot more strategy involved in that. And you got to understand, KVK right now is a pump and surge. The guys who come in to play KVK for 8 hours on a Saturday don't play during the week for 99 times out of 10. They're not there as part of the strategy. This is going to change the whole gaming map for Guns of Glory. And the reason I got all these SLG games seeking after me to hire me out to promote their game, simply because Guns of Glory doesn't pay me, is they want to be guided through this as well. If I turn around and there's a couple of these games where I have to stop talking about Guns of Glory if I take their contracts. I go exclusively talking about their stuff. So that is what it is, right? Got to do what's best for me. I've been doing this for 4 years. I built this market up. There should be YouTubers that are developing for you, and they're just not. I've tried to help the YouTubers out, but frankly, people want something for nothing. They think I just turned on the camera one day and was instantly on top. There's lots of effort, lots of research, lots of keywords. There's math to be involved. You got to plan your business. And like, oh, am I going to spend $500 this month? I'm going to spend $1,000 next month. Am I going to spend nothing? If I'm spending nothing, I better have a better plan than I do when I'm spending, right? So there's that. So take everything with a grain of salt. I ran this video into almost an hour. I'm sorry. But thank you guys once again. I appreciate it. We'll see you next time.